Hi everyone. My topic is a little bit different. It's more about on the execution side. I'm not trying to solve, you can say, very hard mathematical science problems. We are going to try and think how to execute a lot of things actually. I'll show you some sales examples at the end, but these can be used to make it think. Now, as you can see, I'm thinking about that don't burn out. Believe it or not, even LLMs think a lot and they also experience burnout because they forget what the intention is. So let's begin. So everybody knows these LLMs are very smart. We use them at the first time and say, oh God, they are so fast, they can do. But once we go a little deeper, then we start saying, okay, it's good and not. Why is happening? Because it's whatever input we are doing, it's just acting on it. It forgets what the main intention is. And when we are going for agenting systems, when we have multiple APIs for different places, the orchestration breaks because the thinking is not there. And the memory stores a lot of information when it only needs to store a small chunk because it's generative. It's not rotoing it actually. The point is it to give you intelligence. So it needs to only store some things. And only the AI can decide what it needs to store. And it's so, and as everybody knows, the main thing is it ideas aren't scarce, the execution is. So the LLM also has to be focused on it. The tools may or may not be equal. It's a lot of equals. A lot bigger models are not always better. So, and definitely latency, as we have seen in other presentations also, everybody was showing, okay, latency matters. 250 milliseconds or more, users tends to say, oh, it's too slow. So, and people may like a model or not, but they remember results. So how to give them that shocking and wow factor, right? So now agentic means it has some autonomy in it because we have given it some tasks to solve and do it. So it's, but autonomy doesn't mean it's all freedom. It's about responsibility. Okay, the responsibility is I will try to solve your problem, but I will not give you, let's say, confidential information, maybe not some kind of like illegal information, you can say, because some guardrails are broken but not all, right? So the thing is it has to decide once, stick to it, store whatever is needed because it solves cost, but it also lets it solve overthinking. Believe it or not, an LLM can overthink a lot. It has five things, what it knows it's good or not, right? So that is very important. Now, uh, now if you can see the execution layer, what is it saying? It is more about precision over personality. LLM is not like 2 plus 2 equals to 4. It can be 2 plus 2 equals to 5, it can be 2 plus 2 is 7, because more problems are not that way. Any person can ask how I can earn $1 million, but depends on the what the person knows, the path will be very different for a lot of people, right? So that is very important. How to loop it less, remembering what matters. So the memory is less bloated and less of a like journaling. It's not like always trying to make you a therapy session. We can make it, but only focus on the task more, right? Behaves like a quiet operator. It's operating, but it is following what it has been felt and trying to solve the client's issue. That is important. Now, this looks simple, input trigger, task classifier, but this is actually very key to it. LLM has to go through this. This looks like a classic thinking, but actually it has to go through this actually. So now I'll give you some examples, right? How it runs. So when you have cleared it thinking like this way, so I asked, this is my AI running like LM trained a little bit. So I asked it to tell me how to solve an like an ad problem. We are going for an ad campaign, okay? So it I jokingly call it the dark eagle, okay, or the execution layer. So it gave me these things. This is first step. Okay, I'll draft a mail, I'll get the sheet fixed, I'll post it, I'll record things, and I'll send docs, right? Now how will I do it? Okay, while others were planning, I already ship. So shipping, it is always thinking, so it's thinking of execution. Now Secondly, it's not thinking out of the box. You will not see Chat GPT thinking like this or Llama, because everything has to have some kind of a shock factor, right? In a good way or a way. So like screen split, left human ever, right execution already done. Silhouettes, monitors, dashboard. So it is monitoring thing. Okay, I'm trying things, but also thinking, okay, this work does not work. So it is storing only those things. It knows, okay, my task is to sell this thing more, right? How to do that? Like, and it's more like on a clean ops focus style thing. Okay. Now, now second thing it gives you screenshots of real ops. I'll show them people. WhatsApp chats where the bot replied like a human. Email when subject or reply done. How I reply it. If I'm going for the Shopify things, this prompt not even shown, just outcome. So it's also protecting a lot of things, right? This is it. Video kind of thing and financial alert. So it is thinking broadly. Okay, how is it like a system thinking? Add captions like, okay, now it's thinking like a human. Okay, what I didn't ask, it did. No interface, just stops, right? And I had asked it for global outreach. So I've trained it in other languages. So it is thinking like this way. Okay, Hindi is doing very well because people like here like a little bit raw intense. English, more like elite clean. So it is thinking like the Spanish, it's a mistake. They are known for it. So it understands human also. So that factor, but with the narrative power it is. Precision or German industrial instead. Germans are more like that, right? Like the BMW M5. It's industrial, but it can rock 600 horsepower, right? Now, it will try to give you captions like it, right? Okay, not AI, not human, something else. Because what is human, what is AI? If it's giving you right advice, doesn't matter. You do not know the person. You just getting good and actual advice for you, right? So it is thinking what it looks like. We are going for that. Now, let's go and look some outputs, okay? First, I asked it to let's generate some ads for a mobile phone, right? For different people. So it gives, okay, but connects you and it's giving you. So it is talking like a human on the left side, but it is giving why it is doing for that region. So because same ad won't work for different places, people get want different things. So it is like India is like more of a swag style, okay? Function first, right? It is like human, right? New York, okay, it's English, but it's like a hustling kind of right? German, more like a hybrid German English. They like it, I believe. I'm not 100% sure on it, but I'm trying on it, right? Exactly. British, like it more subtle, and we know like English, like a little bit subtle, was like short and everything, and even talks like a mate, it's moving mate, right? Think. Now, same thinking. What we go and try to do a real estate ad. Now, the same thinking is above, but I'm going in a very different direction, right? So now it's a real for like a commercial property. So it's thinking, right? Okay, now it's same thinking it's knowing, but it's talking in a different way. This is the same thing, okay? Swagger, okay. It's like in India, it's talking straight. Okay, what's the ROI? This is our this right. You will get the client because the client is coming. New York is more like a little bit of high traffic ROI style. So it's things like that. Now, the thing, what you see is, if it is focused on the task it is given. Selling ads. Even if person is coming, it negates what the user is getting confused on. I can confuse, okay, this and that. It is providing us intelligence and it's also ready to accept what is good or wrong. So that is very important because always remember, what does AI consider evil? It may not tell you. Procrastination. If it thinks that it is progressing things, it will work for you. So you have to prompt it that way. Even if the person is getting a little bit lazy, has to do that. That way it works a lot. So thank you. This was all that I had for today.
Dude, I was trying to write down that last quote. What does AI consider evil? Procrastination.
Exactly.
That's so funny, man. That is
It
so
actually
true.
does, though. Actually does, because if it doesn't always tell you, but if it feels like you're doing Nasser, it will help you more.
Yeah.
It will help
Yeah.
you.
And
It
it's
doesn't,
always,
it's
it's
not
so
pleasing
quick
to
to
you.
please. It's so
Yeah.
true. That is so true. Tanmay, thank you for coming on here, man. I really appreciate it. This was very creative, and I was trying to like scribble down a bunch of notes on this. So I really appreciate the real life examples of it. I'll talk to you later.
Thank you. Thank you.